Yeah. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to WCFL Dolphins Talk. Hope you all are having a wonderful morning this morning. Get ready for a show. Meanwhile, let's hear from our sponsors.
Turner Yell makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30.
Welcome to the Fins Tailgate. It's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. We live that aqua and orange from the field to the mic. Breaking down the plays, man, we talk it every night. From Tua to the defense, you know we keep it tight. NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins Tailgate's where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. The NFL's changing, but we stay on the grind. Latest breaking stories, we don't waste no time. From the trades to the rumors, we make them all align. At the Fins Tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait. It's your fate, this is the Fins Tailgate. Now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning?
Can't complain. Beautiful day in Jersey.
I see we got T.F.T.G on this panel.
What's up, Chef?
Hey, by the way, I was going to tell you, we have a picture of the front office, people, the fans telling Dolphins fans about Jalen Ramsey if they're going to trade him.
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
That's about right.
Yeah.
Trade him, get it over with. Come on. I was just going over the schedule this morning, and we have 3 of our home games are night games. And
they're probably in September too, right? Try to take.
Not all of them. Let me bring it up real quick. Those are going to be my quick turnaround games where I'll drive down the day of the game, just spend one night and drive back the next day. Where is it? There we go. Let's see. Well, the first one is in September 29th, the Jets game. Then October 30th, we have the Ravens. And then the Bengals, December 21st.
Yeah, this all started after Buffalo complained about the heat a couple of years ago, and we got to get OSHA involved, and that's home field advantage.
Well, did you notice that there's 3 home games that are at noon, not 1 o'clock?
No.
Yeah, the Saints game on November 30th is at 12 noon. The Bills game at November 9th is at 12 noon. And then then the Buccaneers game on the December 28th is at 12 noon. So that's.
I just looked at the schedule. They all say 1 o'clock on the one that I have.
I'm looking at mine on my ticket schedule, and it says 12 o'clock on those. Let me see what it says on the schedule.
Yeah, that would be weird if it was 12 o'clock. I mean, the early games are 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tickets say 12 o'clock for some reason, but the other one says 1 o'clock on the regular schedule.
Yeah, the
Maybe
NFL
that's
didn't.
the time you could, 12 o'clock. Maybe they're saying 12 o'clock. Maybe that's the time you could come in.
Well, they would all say that then, because there's other ones that say 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NFL didn't make any announcement saying that they were moving games up an hour for the early games.
So it must be a typo on their tickets or something, because like they have the Patriots game at 1 o'clock. The Chargers game's at 1 o'clock. But it says the Bills, the Saints, and the Buccaneers at 12.
Right now, I'm going to have to say that's a typo because the NFL has not announced anything about making games 12 instead of 1. So
I would say so too, probably. Miami Dolphins typo.
Yeah.
You know,
well, remember the Miami Dolphins are involved, so yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I might not, I might not make it to the Bills game or the Saints game anyway.
What's up, Adam Sadowski, Cap for Life? How y'all doing, man? Fins up to y'all.
What's up, guys? Fins up.
If you want, Jake, go ahead and throw the link out there.
Yeah, Central. He says Michael K says Central games start at noon. So,
well, yeah, because they're an hour behind.
but this is Miami Dolphins home games, which is not. I know the Central time it starts at noon.
Yeah, because it's already starting like what really early on the west coast, whatever.
What 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. on the West Coast. Yeah.
Care for Life.
Hello. Good morning, Papa Johnny.
What's up? How you doing, my brother?
Hey, man, it's a blessed day today, man. It's the Lord's Day. It's a day of just sit back, relax, unwind, and just enjoy the day, pretty much.
Yep. What do you got planned for the day?
Just laying low, man. Just stayed up late last night watching these fights, watching some UFC and some the Jake Paul fight last night. So invested a little bit of time into that.
How was the Jake Paul fight?
It was pretty surprising, man. I didn't think it'd go the way it was going, man. But for some reason, man, these guys don't end up fighting against Paul for some reason. I don't know what's going on, man. That guy keeps winning.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, against Cesar Chavez's son. And pretty much just laying low, hearing the stuff about Ramsey, and if I'm hearing stuff about Ramsey staying in a way that's showing to me that a little bit of the popular word the past 2 weeks, the culture aspect, if people are hearing that he's coming back, then maybe the front office is starting to put their foot down, and maybe that culture is starting to change up front as opposed to the field, which is a good start.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we need a change, that's for sure.
What change do you think we need?
We need a winning change. Start winning some of this shit.
Yep.
We went from what players said was too hard to now what players are saying is too soft.
I think we just need to. I just want to see a win, plain and simple. I want to see some good wins.
Quality wins.
Yeah, quality wins. I want to see a playoff win, even if it's only one. I just want to see a playoff win. I would love to be able to see a home playoff win. No, I'm not getting any younger.
No, yeah, man, that's a real issue, man. You know, it's a real issue.
No.
We got what, 16 days until camp, right? What's today? 17 days, give or take.
Yeah. Open camp for people start the 25th, I believe, or the 26th. Tickets for camp for people come out on the 6th. So, Cap, you going into any training camp sessions?
I'm thinking about it. I mean, usually somebody looks out and gets me in, you know, with the free ticket, or I don't know how they're doing it with the freebies again, but yeah, I'm thinking about going maybe one. Usually they say wait till the third one.
The tickets are always free. Unlike some of the Buccaneers, they charge $5 a ticket.
What?
Yeah. Of course, all the money goes to charity, but still.
Yeah.
I always have extra tickets. So if you want to go, just hit me up.
I'll probably harass you on one of these days, man. That they were talking about go maybe what, the third or you know. They said either go to the third week or stay away from the third week, one or the other.
The training camp days I'll be there at are the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That's when I'll be in town. I already got my hotel reservations. 3 nights, a little over $300, so that ain't too bad.
What are your what's the what are you looking forward to as far as like player, position? What is it that you're looking forward to?
The offensive line I want to look at. I want to see what kind of change we got going on there. I want to look at that, and I want to see how well our defensive line is looking too. Our secondary is pretty much non-existent right now.
That's what I want to see.
You know, I'm hoping we have some good. You know, they show me the secondary. I'm hoping they show me something good out there, not what it seems like we have.
I'm just curious to see if the guys that say they don't want to be here are going to end up like training more on the field during training camp.
Yeah, I want to see these guys out there where it's like a playoff, like they're getting ready for a playoff game every time. Not just going through the motions. Good morning, Derek. How you doing, my brother?
Oh, good, real good, guys.
What's up,
Good morning.
Derek?
Good morning, sir.
How you guys all doing? Johnny O, Shake Money, Cap for Life, Pop Fall.
How
What
are
do
you,
you
sir?
got
How are
going
you?
on? What do you got going on this morning, Derek? How's things treating you?
No, not too bad. I got softball. My last softball games with my softball team here. I got 2 games later today, and got to be up the field about 1:00, and then we're all going to get dinner together and after the game, and that'll be it for that.
What are you doing? Tournament?
Derek, you doing a tournament?
Oh no! It's we're in a league, but it's my last game. The tournament ain't till the end of July, and I'll miss it. But so yeah, it's just 2 games. There's 2 teams to play each field. There's like 3 fields we play at, and there's always a team that start. There's 2 teams that start at 1:00, and then one starts at 4:00. So I think there's 12 teams in our league. It's
Good morning,
co-ed.
Marino's goat.
Yeah, it's co-ed wooden bat. Guys use the wooden bats, and the females get to use metal. 6 to 12 pitch. Pretty fun.
Torpedo bat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, they were showing yesterday the what was it? The Savannah Bananas, man. They were like trying to do WWE, man. I think they even kicked a field goal.
They're crazy. I tell you what, they demand. They make a lot of money, though. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that Savannah Bananas, man, they sell out everywhere they go.
So what's on your mind, Derek?
Oh, not too much. Just you guys think do you think Ramsey's coming to training camp?
That's what I'm curious to see.
Man.
You know, Hill said he's coming, but is he just doing that just so he doesn't look bad and get fined, or do you think Tyreek's trying to get him locked in?
Well, let's look at the past 2 seasons, for example. The guys that were in contract disputes, or the guys that were saying they were going to hold out, whatever, yada 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 yada. They always have a tendency to have a nagging injury, or they are on the sideline doing light work. So I don't know if anything's going to change from that aspect. I think it's going to be the same thing. You're going to see these guys on the sideline on the bike.
I fucking hate this shit.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. But we got a lot more guys locked in. I mean, I'd really like to see Tyreek. Obviously he's not going to get a captain role because of the shenanigans he pulled last year at the Jets game. But if Tua's really cussing out the line and stuff and taking accountability, I think he knows his time's coming soon too. And McDaniels is good. They gotta definitely have this shift in the culture. But they can talk the talk, but we need to see action. And and then we got all them primetime games. We're only at a 42% win rate. We got to get up there. We got to be wow factor. We need it back like 2023, but don't gloat. Go win, put up numbers, and then finish the game, and then practice all over like it's a fresh week. You're 1-0, and just keep going. And then
I keep forgetting about those primetime games. It's 5 of them, right?
Yeah,
5 plus Spain.
5. Yeah, 5 plus Spain, so there's 6.
Yeah, we need to start focusing like Papa was just saying there. We need to start acting like it's a playoff game every game. We need to be locked in. It's time to stop putting just one foot in the water. Let's put the whole body and go swimming. Let's get it done. We got the team. But it's just putting it all together.
Well, my thing is, if those primetime games are an indicator of who we are, then you have no choice but to treat it as a playoff game, because if you're going to be on prime time, it's going to show what this culture is really about. If you want to keep using that word, you know what I mean? Like, if we don't win in prime time, that whole perception of us is going to be, a bad one.
Well, our first primetime game is a Thursday night against the Bills at Buffalo. Then we have a Monday night at home against the Jets. Then we have Ravens on a Thursday night. And we have Commanders on a Sunday night.
No, Sunday morning. It's in. That's the one in Spain.
Oh, Sunday morning. I'm sorry. Steelers on a Monday night. Bengals on a Sunday night.
We're definitely gonna get some cold games. We got some big games, you know. But it could get flexed. The Steelers and Bengals game could get flexed if we lay eggs, you know. And then the two toughest ones are them Thursday night games, you know, with the Bills. That's going to be a big setter, and then the Ravens.
I don't see the Steelers or the Bengals getting flexed. If anything gets flexed, it's going to be the Buccaneers game or the Patriots game, which is not scheduled yet for the last game of the year.
Okay.
Oh, they could most definitely flex that Pittsburgh game if both teams are doing bad. They could easily move that to Sunday and then make a different Monday night. They probably won't because it's Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh always sells out. They always draw a TV crowd. So,
and being Aaron Rodgers last year and stuff, you know. But
I'm not worried about him.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't see them flexing the Bengals game that Sunday night, basically because that's going to be a Burrows Tua, competition, and I think a lot of people want to see that game.
Well, they do, provided both quarterbacks are healthy and playing.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, if one or both of them is out, they could easily flex that game.
Yeah, my worry is these Thursday night games. We've always struggled on Thursday night games. I still remember going to the multiple Ravens Dolphins games and at M&T Bank Stadium there and getting blown out. Like, I don't know, but I'm just glad that it's Tua could play well in Buffalo, but he could never play very well at the Ravens Stadium and M&T Bank. It's just a whole different environment there, you know. Heck, even the Bills struggled at M&T Bank. You know, that place is just on a whole nother level.
And I heard, what was it? It's Stephen A. Smith. I heard a couple weeks ago doing a statistical temperature stat on the Miami Dolphins, saying that we're 75% losing rate when the temperature is below 70 degrees.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. Like Johnny O said in the past, man, we're running the track meets in September and October. It's like we're in the Super Bowl, and then the leaves turn, we just completely fold, and that's where we got to get the mindset. You know, we need to figure it out.
Now I don't know if that's the past 5 years or the past 10 years, but 75% is a big number.
Trust me, that's the past 50 years. Miami has never played well in the cold. Marino has a losing record in cold games.
By the way, Michael K., Tua's never played in Orchard Park. He played in Skidmark Stadium. So he has he's never won in Skidmark Stadium. That's the stadium. We don't play in Orchard Park.
Well, they got a new place now, right?
Yeah, it's called Skidmark Stadium.
Next year, their new place opens.
Yeah. And it looks like a toilet bowl, so
it really does. It really does.
Stadium. Hey, instead of a scissor ribbon cutting ceremony, they're gonna have a whole bunch of guys jumping off of tables and.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna flush the big handle.
Just from the wife being up from Buffalo, like they got all the bars and all the stuff up there, and they moved everything in a good location. If they would have moved it down to downtown, the environment's set up for a good place for a Super Bowl. If they would have made it into a dome and stuff, but I don't know why they never put a roof on that, or at least retract.
Home field advantage when it's cold.
Yeah, but they still could have opened it up there. If you noticed, a lot of the upper sections are actually getting covered like the nosebleed seats all the way at the top are the ones getting the better covers. People are going to want to go up there, and then the ones that are down closer to the toilet bowl, you know, they're the ones that's going to get slammed with the snow.
Oh man.
And I was just recently talking to a couple of my Bills fan friends that are up there, and they're really starting to worry too up there because Josh Allen's slowly running out of time. He's getting older. It's he got almost 10 years in now.
Good morning,
just
Russell.
won the MVP, man. He just literally won the MVP. He'll be all right.
Yeah, but
I hope it's not against us because that's what I don't want. But every time I wish ill will towards that man, he ends up getting better. So I'm trying to do the reverse psychology method.
Right, he gets better, but he hasn't had that major.
Buffalo never gotten the Super Bowl outdoors. What are you talking about? Let alone a dome. What? So,
right,
that's their advantage, bro. Think about that. If you took that away from them, how good would they really be?
Well, I mean, like having to help with the cover the fans or something and try to get up there because nobody's going to come up there and watch a Super Bowl.
Good morning, Russell.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning,
Good morning, guys.
Welcome to the shit show this morning.
No, I was just listening to Derek talk about MBT Stadium in Baltimore and Buffalo, and no team, especially in bad weather, is going to put a dome on their stadium. That's a good advantage. Up here in Foxborough, they would never. They care less about you freezing in the games. They know the team's going to freeze in the games. And Johnny, you are correct. We haven't played well in cold weather since the Larry Zonka era.
Oh, God.
Think about that for a minute.
That's the only time the Dolphins had a winning record in cold is when they had the three-headed monster running the ball.
Yep.
Go look at anything after 1975 when Zonka and them all left to go to the CFL and all that stuff.
Yeah, WFL, yep.
The Dolphins' record in the cold is horrible.
Horrible.
Well, we have a three-headed monster now, so we got three good backs. We got to be able to start running the damn ball. Like, you can't throw it all on two and pass it 50 times down.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. We've been saying that we had a three-headed monster the past 3 years. I mean, to the point where we had good depth with Wilson backing up Mostert and A-Chain, and we had Wright last season, but we didn't utilize him well. So I've heard that all the time. The thing is, the coach needs to know when to use what he knows how to use. Instead of catering to something that he's trying to do, it's not working. You have to be more inventive, more of a innovator, in my opinion. I think this year is make or break, and I hate to say it, but it just seems like I've seen this coming, and McDaniel is the scapegoat, so McDaniel needs to make the plays work with these running backs.
Right. You're right. The problem with him, he's arrogant. He sticks with that same system, and he thinks it's always going to work. He's like Jimmy Neutron, boy genius. He thinks that because it worked once or twice that we can keep going to the well. Teams have adjusted, but we haven't. Right. And like you said, we're a great running team as a track team, but when it comes down to 3rd and 1, we're doing a bubble screen or we're throwing to the tight end. Everybody and their mother knows the play's coming. He doesn't adjust. And
we make simple difficult on thirds always. I don't understand why.
But one thing that we haven't had in years is we finally have a running back that's the size of Ricky Williams. And then that Ollie Gordon is built like Derrick Henry style and Ricky Williams. We haven't had a back that's over 6'1" in how long? 6'1", 6'2" in forever.
Okay, but that's all well and good. What if the guys up front don't block? I don't get, and you're running back 6-7 yards behind the quarterback.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is we're moving in the right direction. And then
what if McDaniel gets fade pattern happy? You know what I mean? You get what I mean?
Right. But if James Daniels blocks like he did for Najee Harris back with the Steelers when he was over 5 yards a carry, and then we have I don't know how to pronounce his name, the rookie that we got at guard. If we get them and then with Brewer in the center, there ain't no reason we can't there ain't no way that we should not be getting a 3rd and 1 with them guys if they're in the trenches and finally building around there. I'm just saying, I'm trying to stay positive, but when we had when it was 3rd and 1, we got the first downs.
That's all well and good, staying positive, but if the coach ain't calling those plays, it doesn't matter. And that's the problem with him. He's arrogant.
Right.
He
Well, if he
doesn't
doesn't start
adjust.
calling that in the first 3, 4, 5 weeks and doing stupid plays, you fire his ass right away and get him out and then not waste the season. Well, you probably still waste the season, but you just change it all up. And then you bring Weaver in, be a temporary coach for the time being,
Well,
show it, and still make it work.
That's a question I got for you guys, since he just brought that up. I know we fired coaches back to back to back, but how many have we fired mid-season? The past 5 coaches.
We fired Philman mid-season. Fired Philman. It was mid-season.
I feel like we fired more than just him during mid-season.
Didn't Toronto get fired mid-season?
Well, Ross fired just Philman. The other guys, the other coaching firing was
Cam Cameron.
that was
Cam Cameron. You had Cameron, Philbin.
That was Huizenga. Oh yeah,
I know. But
He fired Sperano, and he fired Sperano halfway, and he fired Philman. Those are the 2 that Ross fired. Everybody else was Wayne Huizenga.
Yep. I mean, the problem with the Dolphins, like we've said for years and years and years, if you can't run the ball, I mean, it's all well and good September and October. But when November comes rolling around and you're on the road and you need a big play on the ground, we throw the ball. Till that mentality changes where we punch people off the ball and run the ball and change that dynamic, we're going to be the same old Miami Dolphins. We're going to keep talking about this dead horse over and over and over till they say, hey, it's 3rd and 1. We're not throwing the ball. If we get stopped, we're going to do it again on 4th and 1. We have to get that mentality. And, I mean, with them investing in the rookie and then Daniels, I mean, we're doing a lot of ifs. But once the pads come on in August, and we'll see, we'll see what we're about. That whole wide San Francisco wide run zone, it's tired already.
Yep.
Yeah. They need to adjust. They need to punch people off the ball, be physical, and then it opens up your passing game so much more if they have to worry about you running the ball.
Especially when Tyreek was complaining, the Buffalo Bills suck because they got to run a cover 4. And you start running the damn ball and getting 5-6 yards of carry, they ain't running cover 4. They're bringing them guys in, and then you fake the run up the middle, and then you throw it deep to Tyreek over top. That's exactly what happened like when we played against the Ravens that time we were trying to come back. We still were able to get to play action enough to where they would bite and not play all them guys deep, and then we were to win the game. With water,
we have to have a physical mentality. I mean, they invested a lot of guys on the defensive line because of losing guys. But the offensive line, I mean, there's still going to be something that happens after July because there's going to be somebody released. We may get some more depth on the offensive line. I'm not saying a starter, but we definitely need depth because every single year we lose 4 guys every year. So we need depth mainly. And I mean, heck, giving all these big contracts to guys every other off season, that's got to stop. We got to invest in our youth. We got to do it.
Well, that's part of the problem right now. We got $90 million tied up between 3 guys.
Yep.
We need to get a lot better conditioning, coach, and strength. We have way too many guys getting hurt way too long, way too in the season, or right when we really need them when it's down in clutch time. Just like when we played the Kansas City up in Kansas City. How many of them guys were half to 3/4 of that team wasn't even on the roster at the beginning of the season or in training camp?
Well, you guys on the couch.
Yeah, you figure that week we signed 4 guys that hadn't played all year. We signed Ingram, who was a former Dolphin. We signed Bruce Irvin, who was on the couch. We lost. Just think about our injuries. We lost Chubb in the game. We were down by 38 in the 4th quarter. Why was he even in?
Correct. That was on McDaniel.
But that's what I'm saying. We lost him. We lost Jalen Phillips when we were up by 20 in the Black Friday game. It's a freak injury, but I mean, it was late in the game. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? It's just stupidity sometimes. Hey, it's nothing wrong with losing the game. We all want to win, obviously. But come on, you don't need your overpaid defensive end rushing the quarterback. You're down 30 on the road in bad weather.
Right. Okay, real quick, Shake, it's time to play our commercial break.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome watering meals and desserts? Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804-8096. Also, reach me at chefjewcatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats. Food with a passion. We do it all.
Chef Jew, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach area. Get your sweet treats, good eats, and don't forget the cheesecake.
Oh, there he goes with the cheesecake.
That's that. Hey, Papa Paul, does Chef Jew come to the games a good bit or no?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
He got married at the game, I think, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah,
that was the wedding. That was the guys. That was the couple that got married at East 12, right then?
yeah.
We've had quite a
There's
few
been-
weddings at East 12.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there's been a couple of weddings at East 12.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think
that
there's
man
been like
Ray.
3, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
that man right there, bro. As far as these panel guys right here, man, they know about it. But Chef Jew lives it. He lives the logo, bro. He is about the logo.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, we're gonna have to get in touch with him. We definitely gonna need some. Even if he can bring us a cheesecake and on the home opener, buddy, I'm down for that.
I hear you.
You should know Papa Paul already got that insight already. There you no doubt about that. Every show he throws in that cheesecake plug, so he's getting a free cheesecake. You already know that.
We got to pay him to bring a regular size cheesecake. Papa Paul don't eat the whole thing by himself.
We'll discuss that.
Mhm.
Whether we
It's already-
give
it's
him or
already-
not, or-
It's already cut in stone. He already got his cheesecake order already in. He don't even have to say nothing. Because last week he said something about, what was it? The cake that you got, Paul?
The
'Cause I
turtle
had said-
cheesecake.
Turtle. See, he already in like Flynn.
In there like swimwear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the home opener for you guys is the Patriots. Second week, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. It's at Hard Rock. Yep. Because I know the opener's at Indy. Then I think it's New England. Yeah. Perfect.
Yep.
Get them in that heat, blazing heat. September. They'll be wilted by midway second quarter like last year.
Right.
It's 90 here today, but yeah, nah.
It should be nice and crispy down here by that time.
Yep. It's 90 here today in Massachusetts. Early in the week was high 90s. I was like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, we had one day. Friday was 73, but the rest of the week, last week was all like 100 degrees.
Mm. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool if you're on the water, but nah.
Yeah,
definitely wasn't in the water.
We play our home openers against the Patriots, and then we turn around 4 days later and go up to Buffalo and play the Bills.
Yep, Thursday night.
Hey, Russell, someone was telling me that no matter how hot it gets in Massachusetts, the ocean water is still freezing.
Oh, the water's cool. Yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, a lot of the times you go to the beach, the water's pretty cold. It's not like, well, you got to remember, Florida, you're closer to the tropics, so it's going to be hot. You're closer to the equator. We're still in the Northeast. It's still Atlantic Ocean. It's cold. But I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, if you're on the beach, it's 92 degrees, 95 degrees. You get off that thing, you jump in the water, it's cold. That's okay. It's just how
Man, but
long you go.
some days you get that wrong day, man. It be hot, man.
Mm-hmm.
That water be like warm, man.
Like
Yeah,
salt water.
well, it was funny. Yesterday, my friends were like, oh, we're going up to Nantucket. One of my buddies got a boat, and they've been shark fishing out there up in Nantucket. So my buddy was like, we're going sharking. I was like, nah, I ain't doing all that. Nope. No,
Yeah,
why?
it all depends
Because
on the way the water. If the wind's blowing out towards the ocean, normally the water's a little warmer. If it's coming
yeah,
out, the wind's blowing in towards inland, then yeah, you're pulling all that cold water from out in the middle of the ocean.
yeah. Well, the funny thing is, I rather not talk about the ocean. I was in the damn Navy 20 years. People get the misconception that the water's warm because you're on the warm coast. The Pacific Ocean is only warm near the coast. You get in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, it's freaking freezing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like everybody thinks it is. The same with the Indian Ocean, the same with the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, yeah, it's nice along the coastline where the tropical areas are, or where the equator is. Yeah, okay. You think the water's warm near Greenland? You think the water's warm near Spain? Yeah, on the coast. But the farther you get away from the coast, the colder the water gets. That's why people make me laugh. They'll talk about lobsters. Out here, lobsters grow huge because the water's freezing and it's better for them.
Yep.
That's why you hear people, I'm going to go to New England, Maine lobster. All that water's freezing cold. That's why you get big tuna. That's not from down near Florida. That's from up here because the water's so cold.
Yeah, the colder it is, they want to eat more food, You know
what the funny thing is? Where my friends went shark fishing yesterday, a lot of the seals chase in the smaller stuff, like this plankton. There's little things that they eat. And of course, the sharks now say, whoa, what's that noise? Because they don't see well, but they hear everything. And they're like a submarine. They're sonar. They come right in and they're chasing in the seal, which normally never happened. They would never be this far. I mean, they'd be near Martha's Vineyard, the movie Jaws and all that, bless, because it's out farther and it's an island and it's colder.
Right.
And now with the global warming, all these wild temperatures in places that you don't normally see get warm, sharks don't know any better, so they're going where the food's at.
Wonder if does shark taste pretty good?
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, it tastes really good, man. I'm telling you what, my buddy cuts shark up and cuts it like steak, and he cooks it on the grill. He'll do it on shish kebabs with peppers and onions and barbecue sauce. You would swear you were eating chicken.
That's what they say about alligator too. Like that was really good. It was like a salty chicken, but man, it was really good too.
Yeah, I mean, you have, people do like tuna steaks. You've had tuna steaks, I'm assuming.
No, actually, I haven't. No,
you never had a tuna steak?
Yeah, tuna steaks are delicious.
Yeah, man, unbelievable. Tuna steaks, salmon steaks. Yeah, they're really good, man. But you know what it is? Like I said, up here is all fishing, so a lot of that stuff is like it's normal to me. But someone like that don't live in this area, they don't. Whoa, what's that? What's that? They're not used to it.
Yeah, you guys have all that lobster tail and all that stuff up there. I might have lobster tail once a year.
Yeah. Well, lobster, back in the day, lobster was a poor man's meal. Now it's expensive man's meal. Back in the day, when I was a kid, lobster was nothing. It was like cheap. Go and buy a pound of lobster, like lobster meat. It's almost like $80 a pound.
Right.
I mean, I don't eat shellfish. I don't eat fish. I don't eat shrimp, lobster. All my friends, you don't eat that? You don't eat that? Hey, I don't eat that. That's okay.
It's like me. I'm from Maryland here, and we got the crabs. I've never actually broken up a full crab. It's way too much damn work for a little bit of meat. I'll just rather have it already ready to go. Now, I'll eat crab legs and stuff like that, but doing them crabs, it takes too long to bust them things over for a little bit of meat. I'd rather have it in the crab dip or the crab cake ready to rock and roll.
Yep. I remember being stationed out in the state of Washington, Bremerton, and they used to do the king crab. And oh my God, these guys are like, oh, this is crazy. This is great. This is great. Breaking up the thing and getting the crab meat out of the legs and stuff. I was like, you're doing all that work for that little bit of meat? Forget it. I'll just have a steak and mashed potatoes.
Which is the biggest crab? King crab?
Yeah, up in Alaska, Bering Strait. Some son of a guns. Oh my goodness.
That's because the water's so cold up there.
Oh, that's what I said. Everybody doesn't realize how good seafood grows and big because of the water being the North Atlantic up there, the Bering Straits between Alaska and Russia. That water's so cold. I remember them used to tell us because we do patrols, and I was on an LSG, USS Coronado, and we'd go through there, and there'd be an icebreaker because that's how fucking messy it got out there. The icebreaker would be driving, and we'd follow the icebreaker. And the icebreaker would break a path, would go through. If you fell off the boat, just hypothetically, you better hope they see you within 2 minutes because that water exposure will kill you.
Yep.
The exposure would get you. You don't have to worry about sharks. You don't have to worry about none of that crap. Just the coldness of the water. I remember this guy on my ship. He used to do perimeter watch with the binoculars, making sure there's nothing. You write on the board. Oh, no, I seen the ship. I saw this. I saw that. He couldn't even hold his binoculars. They stuck to his face. That's how cold it was. He didn't have to put his hands up to hold his binoculars. They stuck to his face.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's frigid.
Hey guys, where does Winters live at in Philly? He ain't North Philly, is he?
No.
He's
near South Philly, I think.
Okay, because I just seen a news break here that quite a few buildings collapsed in North Philly and people were trapped.
Yeah, no, he's not in North Philly.
Okay. Prayers to everybody out. I just seen that, for the people in the buildings collapsed. Hopefully everybody's okay.
Yeah, he had sent me a text this morning saying he wasn't going to be on the show due to some vacations he had. He said he wasn't going to be on for a while.
Well, there's people vacationing at work and he's busy.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
he's getting some double duty.
Yeah, I know he's coming up here in January for the Dolphins Patriots game. Like I said, any of you guys want to come, you're more than welcome. I got a big enough house.
Hey, do they still have the Tom Brady stuff, the TB12 restaurant and all that, even though he left, or they
Nah, they don't have that. Nah. They only have his performance center. They don't have none of that. They have it's like a like a rehab type of place.
Okay.
Yeah. He didn't have the TB12 store was online pretty much more than it was, but he's affiliated with this other group now out of Waltham, Mass, near Boston. They sell performance gear and stuff. I forgot the name of it. Some dude.
I know he's in on that no bull stuff too now.
Yeah. Maybe that's it.
You see him, he's always wearing that no bull stuff.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's out in Waltham near Boston. Yep. Because I live 45 miles south of Boston. I live closer to Foxborough than Boston is. Boston to Foxborough is almost like 55 minutes. Like from my house, it's like 28.
You said he has a rehab center up there. Is that to reinflate the balls?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Remember he had that wild dude, that witch doctor dude, Guerrero with him? He used to be doing that out of there. I mean, now, because that has caused all kind of problems, because when Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt, he wanted to work out there and get rehab, and Tom Brady and them made it so he wouldn't, so he could come back. And that's why they got rid of Garoppolo, because he was playing well when Tom was out. He was like, oh, no. He went right to upstairs and said, yo, you ain't getting rehab here.
Wonder if he'll make a rehab out there for the Raiders out in Las Vegas.
Well, the Raiders are season opener against the Patriots here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Raiders open up at Foxborough, season opener, because my buddy had called me asking me for tickets. You know anybody got tickets? He's a Raiders fan. I was like, yeah, I know plenty of people got tickets.
But they ain't giving them to you.
No, my boys are all cool.
No, I'm saying they don't like to give up the tickets up there, man. Foxborough.
No, they don't. Not Patriot fans don't. They go all the time. They don't care what the record is. That's the difference between them and our fans. Our fans are fickle. Their fans go out there. They're 1-12. They don't care.
Well, I wouldn't say our fans are fickle. The fans that go. The problem is being in South Florida, you have so many transplants that so many people have season tickets that aren't actually Dolphins fans. They buy them just to resell them and make money.
Yep, make money. Yep. Because you if you guys remember the Buffalo game the year before? You would have swore you were in Orchard Park.
On the visitor side, yeah, it was all Buffalo.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I know right now of at least 20 people that have season tickets to the Dolphins and they live in New York and they're Buffalo Bills fans. They said it's cheaper for them to buy the season tickets just to come to one game than it is to spend the money because people jack the prices up so much.
Yeah, well, you know what it is. A lot of people go through the resale market, and that's what sucks. Hypothetically, if you're a Dolphin fan and you can't make a game, you generally want to sell it to another Dolphin fan.
Right.
But there are fans that don't care about that. They be like, yo, they offered me $800, blah, 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 blah. I sold it for this amount of money. And then next thing you know, 1, 2, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 of them are in there. Because I went to the Vikings Dolphins game 3 years ago when it was fan club weekend. That Minnesota crowd was deep.
Yep.
There was deep in that game.
There's a ton of people that didn't grow up in Florida. They're not Dolphins fans. They just buy the season tickets and they resell them game by game, and they make a ton of money doing it.
Ton of money. Yep. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Now, I know I couldn't go to a lot of the games. I mean, I try to go at least to half of them, but I'd always find a way to sell them to somebody, off of, like, we would always try to get it to a Dolphins fan. I mean, there's a couple times they couldn't, and now I'll probably get the wrath for this, but hey, I gave 2 tickets one time to a Buffalo Bills fan that was basically family. He was in my wedding. So, I mean, it wasn't just some stranger off the road, but hey, yeah, he was a Bills fan, but at least his wife was a Dolphins fan. So I had to hook him up.
You just fell 2 pegs with Russell. You just fell 2 pegs with me.
Hey,
man.
he was married. We're trying to get him. Hey, he's from Buffalo, but he don't really live there much. But hey, he's the one that.
Want to laugh? My son-in-law, he says to me 2 years ago, I've never been to a game. I want to bring Shelby to a game. I said, well, I got 2 tickets for whatever. Who's your team? He says, I'm a Tyreek Hill fan. I said, I didn't ask you that. I said, who's your team? He said, Buffalo. I haven't talked to him in a little bit. I said, you ain't going no tickets with me seeing the Dolphins and you're a Buffalo Bills fan. He says, I like Tyreek Hill. I said, well, my daughter's Dolphins. She don't follow it, but she met Chris Chambers. I got her his jersey when she was a kid. She liked the Dolphins, the colors, girls, whatever. So he's like, well, I'll wear Dolphin stuff. So now he's wearing Dolphin stuff. He likes the Dolphins. And I told my daughter, I said, hey, I don't want him thinking I'm threatening him. She goes, oh, Daddy's afraid of you anyway. Good work, Russell. That's great work right there. Now he's the transplanted Dolphin fan. He's like, no Buffalo talk, no nothing. He's like, what do you think the Dolphins? What do you think about our Dolphins? What do you think about our Dolphins? That's funny. And you know me, I'm like the coolest guy in the world. So, my God is good. I hooked you guys all up. I didn't hook you up, Derek. You have to shake money, your number and your sizes. I'll send you in your address. I'll send you some stuff. You can ask the guys. I sent them some nice stuff.
Yeah, you did. You hooked us up nice.
Yeah, I like to hook up. I like to hook up the guys that like the show. You guys are good to me, and you'll support that stuff. I know you will.
Yeah, I'm grateful to meet all you guys, and it's all because Papa Paul and Johnny O. They took me in right away, and man, I'm telling you what, this is my highlight, dude. That's honestly one main reason why I'm moving to Florida. Got to come down with my second family.
There you go.
But yeah, I don't know where we're actually going. We got the rental place, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get mail there or not. But
get a PO box. Just go get a PO box in the town that it is.
Yeah, true. I can always get you to send it to Papa Paul. He ain't going anywhere anytime soon. He's got a nice big place down there.
Yep.
Well,
and then we're gonna go to a couple games together for sure, probably. And
yeah, I'm gonna try to get down there. I mean, I don't know what game, but I'll get down there at least. I'll try to. I mean, my girl, we're doing St. Thomas, so I don't know what month it's going to be. She's the manager there, so I'm gonna talk her into a half and half type trip somewhere along the line.
Yeah, Yeah, you let us know. I'll definitely find a way to get down there. And
Yeah, Papa Paul. I'll get in touch with him because he goes to games, and I'll roll with him up there because I know we usually, if he comes down, he's staying somewhere for that day, the day before the game. You know, he ain't gonna drive down.
Good luck with that, Russell. You ain't gonna talk her into anything except for the island.
My girl? Come on,
Yeah.
man, cut it up. No, my girl's good with that. Like I had said to her, let's go to a game and we'll hang out. We'll do a 10-day trip. And she's like, we'll do 10-day trip, but I'm not doing 10 days in Fort Lauderdale or 10 days in Miami. I want to go somewhere. So don't worry. I'll pull some strings.
Okay.
My girl's good. She's good like that. She ain't, she ain't selfish. And then she wants to do 10 days somewhere. So she ain't booked it yet. So I'm gonna look the week that she wants to book it. I'm gonna see if it's a Dolphins game that week. So I'll make it a half and half. You best believe I am. Yeah, it has got to happen.
You don't need half and half. You need 2 or 3 days for the game and 7 days for her.
That's what I said. I'm gonna make it half and half. If we go somewhere, she wants to do either St. Thomas or somewhere else. I forgot, but that's close enough that I can get to Fort Lauderdale or Miami. I mean, if she was like, "Oh, we're gonna go Puerto Vallarta," that's on the West Coast, Mexico. I'm like, "No," but I'm keeping her Caribbean, so it's close. So if she says we want to go to St. Thomas, say if it's in October or November or whatever, I'm gonna make sure the trip she's planning. I'm gonna make sure it's a week that the Dolphins are home. You best believe I am.
Big fan club weekend. That's always a great time. That's October.
Oh, I know.
12th.
I've been to 2 out of the last 3. I went last year. Me, Papa Paul, Saul. I went the Vikings one. I didn't go the in between year, the Carolina game. This year's the Chargers. That ain't a bad one. That should be a good one.
I bet you I seen you last year, and we probably didn't even know because I was with Papa Paul at like boat campers and stuff, and then at the games and stuff. We were there. Like I was hanging out under the tent most of the time.
Yeah, we were at boat campers last year. It was me, Saul, and Papa Paul. We were with everybody. We were bouncing around. We had went to where did we go, Papa Paul? Where that place where we went for the wings? That was the night of the Miami and Florida State game.
Oh shoot, I don't remember.
It was in that city, Hallandale. I forgot. We were there for a while. Then Papa Paul had got a tattoo. We went to I think it was 611 South on Fort Lauderdale. We had wings and drinks. Then he got a tattoo. We were there. We went to Fort Lauderdale most of the afternoon. Then we went for breakfast. We were bouncing around.
Yeah, I don't have any tattoos yet, but I'll tell you what, the first one's going to be a Dolphin. Something with the Dolphins when it happens.
Yeah, I got 2, but I ain't getting no more. I'm 61. I'm good.
I'm just scared of needles. I don't like needles.
Oh, it ain't like that. It ain't that bad.
Well, it's that time of the day, folks. Any last words from anybody?
Yeah, you guys have a great week, man. Appreciate you having me on. Peace, love, and fins up as usual. God bless all y'all.
All right, we'll see everybody Wednesday night at 8 o'clock.
Yep. Peace, love, fins up. Everybody have a great day.
Everybody,
peace, love, and fins up, all.
Peace, love,
take care.
fins
See
up,
y'all
everyone.
Wednesday.
See you Wednesday night. 8 p.m.
See you guys. Peace.
Peace. Later.
All right.